it comes to scavenging the eShop, you'll find yourself in a wave of games with different genres and different playstyles. Due to such a vast amount of titles and still many more on the way, you may find yourself unsure of which game to purchase. As you sail towards the competitive ship battling game Pirates All Aboard, does this prove itself to be a worthy contender as part of your Nintendo Switch library? As we get started, I'd like to give great thanks to Cubic Games for sending us a review code. I'm Phantom Z2, here to sail you through this review. As there isn't any story to accompany the voyage through this title, Pirates All Aboard makes competitive ship battling its focus. If you're just learning how to play, there is a practice mode that pits you against a few other AI ships for about 6 minutes in a reasonably sized arena. You'll sail forward with X, backwards with Y, and use your weapons with your shoulder buttons. There are also power-ups scattered around the stages that you can pick up and use with the press of the control stick. Some of these power-ups allow you to increase your turning speed for a short second, or grant you a pretty powerful cannon. However, when you're really ready for combat, you can grab a friend or 3 and duke it out in deathmatch or a last man standing. Deathmatch lasts between opponents until one of the players have been defeated 3 times, and last man standings follow its name, duking it out until the last ship is standing. Although in detail this sounds interesting, in execution it isn't done so well. For competitive battles, there are only 3 ships to choose from: a small boat that has great movement and mines that really pack a punch but extremely low health, a medium-sized boat that has average stats, and a large boat that has max health and power but very low mobility. This then becomes an issue with controls and the arena itself. In multiplayer, there are different sized arenas you can choose from, but depending on what ship you use, it'll become harder to sail through terrain. Crash into terrain, or maybe even to your own opponents, that'll be some damage you're taking. And if you're playing in a big arena, it feels as if battles drag on longer than they should. Due to only the small ship being fast and the slow movement of the other 2, this wouldn't be a problem once you have the ram ability, but like I stated previously, it only increases your speed for about a second, and then it goes into a cooldown period. The distance that it takes you to move forward isn't really enough to make the ability feel like it was used in the first place. However, there is a Navigator that you can use in order to track where your opponents are. But if you're not interested in battling at all, there is the Endless mode, where you can sail from left to right, around obstacles, fish, and cannonballs while collecting some gold coins. The replay value for this mode is actually pretty high, as I don't think I've had a single level repeat directly in sequence. The only gameplay issue that comes with this mode is how sensitive the controls are. Although gameplay had quite a few issues, the presentation itself is a major problem overall. Upon startup, you're dropped into the game and just allowed to choose between modes. Due to impulse, I went to the control pad to navigate through the menus, but you can only use the control stick. The loading times aren't always an issue, but when I began a match, it was greeted with a black screen for a few seconds. I honestly thought the game was going to crash. Although that issue is only present when starting a practice mode, the timer can also start without you ever pressing forward to continue. And one visual issue I have is that the water you're sailing in is entirely stationary, except for the bubbles directly on your ship. This issue is also present in multiplayer and endless mode, but endless mode also has another issue. When you lose and decide to play again or quit, you're treated to all of the assets just popping out of existence. Although these issues are hard to ignore, the music actually does provide a bit of atmosphere for the game. It really does feel like I'm sailing upon a ship. I really wanted to enjoy playing through this game, but with the issues present and the bare gameplay, especially if you don't have someone to play with, there really isn't much for you here. Although I love Endless Mode as it gives me a chance to challenge and try to beat my high score, that isn't the focus of this game. The focus is the multiplayer and the fact that you can battle with your friends. With that being said, I would have to give Pirates All Aboard 1.5 stars. Once again, I'd like to thank the team from Cubic Games for providing us with the review code. Tell us what you think about Pirates All Aboard down in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can click that lovely red button below the video. And if you're feeling generous, you can head on over to sourcegaming.info and click the donate tab to be taken to the Patreon page. As always, remember to return to the source for more reviews and information you can't get from anywhere else. Thanks for watching.